Yo, what's going on, guys? I see trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol GME, GameStop. And without wasting any time, guys, on the daily chart, we have a lot of interesting things going on after a clean rally, consolidation, and breakout, and now a pullback and a consolidation range, guys, that we are in. Question is, will GameStop continue to consolidate and then move up, or will it flush and continue a move down? Before getting into it on the daily chart, we're going to look at the weekly for a broader perspective. Now, guys, take you to the weekly chart. GameStop, guys, is a very volatile stock, and it's prone to these very crazy movements where it could consolidate for a bit and price just blows up out of nowhere. A lot of these low cap stocks are like this, like AMC, for example. GameStop moves in a very volatile and aggressive fashion. We do have some very interesting key points that I want to get into. For example, have this very obvious descending wedge that it has forms in this long-term multi-year descending wedge, breaks out, squeezes, buyers win, buyers gain control into this giant move, guys, all the way to that 64.83 level, and then quickly rejects, can't hold that whatsoever, quickly rejects, tries to retest, gets to this lower $48 level, rejects, consolidates into this range of around $18.71 to that $25 marker. Get above that, buyers are trying to get back into control, sellers are fighting, get into this pennant type of pattern, and recently we break out in the weekly, get into this range of around $29 and $35 for all buyers. Find a way to squeeze out, this giant descending range squeezes out into this massive movement, come back down, squeeze back out into this other big movement. And now, guys, same thing, gets in this pennant-like formation all the way down to around that $18 level, all the way to around that $32 level, squeezes out, and buyers get control of the short squeeze as well. Now it's kind of in similar fashion, consolidate, descending into this pennant, squeeze out again, buyers get this move once again, guys. So GameStop is prone to these consolidation slash, descending wedge type of patterns and short squeezing out of them, creating these very massive moves. We're in a very obvious range, this being the top, this being the lower of the range. And if we can break out of this, there is a lot of room to the highs, as if we can break above the ceiling of 35.89, we are pretty much cleared to that 48.08 level. The fact that we rejected very hard here and we're rejecting twice here, getting this formation, try to retest and reject hard once again, not the best sign, slightly bearish. We are still in this range overall, so do remain neutral as long as we are in this range. If we get below this range, there is a lot of room to the downside, as we've seen in this descending wedge type of pattern. The sellers can definitely eat at the stock. The sellers can gain control and go on these very long-term downtrends slash, descending type of patterns. So, if we can stay above this relative range we see here around that $18 level to that $35 level, even if we get rejected here, a couple support levels, bounce back, we can say in that general range it is neutral overall in the long-term picture of things. But if we get below that level around $18, could be seeing some room to the downside. Stock gets eaten up a little bit before trying to make a move back up. Now on the daily time frame, guys, we get a little bit of a better picture of that descending channel here. Getting caught in this descending channel, buyers push the stock up, quickly reject off the top of that channel around that $34-40 level, reject closing around that $33 level, and then furthermore getting crushed down at towards the bottom of that range, holding that support nicely, try to bounce back up, touch the support again, bounce up, reaching around that 29 resistance level, get crushed again, go back up, buyers gain control, gap all the way back up to that same exact resistance level, get shot down once again, guys, and then we rally into this consolidation range, this overall range, before we start getting tighter up in this zone here, consolidate very tightly, bounce off that $25 support, get over that overall descending range, and we build this tighter consolidation before breaking out, guys. You can see this kind of formation where we get tighter, break out, very strong price action, volume to follow that, buyers gain control, hit the high of 35.81, and they quickly reject hard, bouncing off of that $29 support, trying to regain control, but cannot. Very strong selling pressure here, as you can see between those wicks, but we are still above that support. The stock like to follow that ascending support, as we can see here, bounces off of that. Price remains pretty neutral here, bounce off that ascending support once again, get tight in this range before breaking out. And now we've touched this ascending support, getting slightly below it here, guys, but overall the stock, as of recent times, have been favored by the buyers up until it hit that strong resistance at 35.89. So what GameStop as well as a lot of these smaller cap stocks do, make these giant movements with giant corrections. And you see here this very long engulfing bearish candle leading to a tighter range. Right before we broke out, we get in this tight range, we move up, making this explosive movement, explosive correction, engulfing candle, and then we get back into a tighter type of range. With GameStop making such a sizable move, this is from around the $29 level to 35, make a pretty valid, strong move here. You would expect that after this big correction, if stock couldn't hold this 29, 24 support level, you could see a further move to the downside, get to that 27 zone possibly, where there was a lot of strong consolidation, even furthermore down to that 25, $81 level, where you could see price kind of consolidate before trying to work its way back up. Definitely probable if we can hold that $29 support level. If we can't hold either of those support ranges, could be seeing a kind of nasty sell-off where we get in a sort of descending type of pattern like we saw in the past here, guys, getting this descending pattern. Definitely could be seeing something like that, something similar if we can't hold certain support zones. Right now, pretty neutral considering we are still above this zone. Also, another couple of zones of support. But definitely keep an eye on this, guys, as GameStop's a very volatile stock. So prone to these big moves to the upside as well as the downside. Overall, this ascending support's held very nicely, really being a major support level. And we see this consolidation slash good support area here before that move up, and then we see a very similar support here, kind of being a double range. So if the price can hold here and bounce off, guys, we could definitely see some nice continuation to the upside. A lot of energy building in this consolidation zone before that breakout, right? Consolidate, get in the zone, consolidate tightly, a lot of energy building, boom, right out of that. And now, guys, we kind of see something similar, energy building in this range, getting pretty tight right by that ascending support. What we could see is energy build up before we move upwards. If we flush this support zone, not looking very good. Looking on the bear side for those two support zones, we are in a crucial spot of on this ascending support, right? How long are we going to stay in this range before it makes that big move to the upside or the downside? So overall, guys, we have a lot of room to the upside if this holds, builds energy, and explodes up, as well as some room to the downside, guys, if this breaks. On the hourly, gives us a little bit of a better perspective of that breakout. We get in this very obvious consolidation range around that past consolidation range, as you can see, get up above that to around the ceiling of that $29 level before breaking out after a lot of hourly candles of consolidation, break out to that $35 level. You see price collapse, and then now we're getting in this descending range here, guys, where price is building up, back and forth battle between the buyers and the sellers. Sellers push it down, buyers try to push it back up, top it, making a lower high of this range. Sellers push it down more, buyers try to push it back up. We get tighter in this range, and yeah, guys, the sellers are definitely in control of this hourly time frame so far. But guys, we are still in this relative range, and we could just get to the bottom of it, get very tight before squeezing out. Overall, looking like we are pretty neutral slash bearish on the hourly time frame. Depends if price will keep that $29 support level or flush it, and we have a lot of room to the downside if we can't hold those two as we described. Overall, guys, price is building, energy is building. That's all I got for you today. GameStop's in a very crucial point. Keep an eye on that overall range, see if it will squeeze out or if it will collapse to the downside. Let me know if you guys want to see more GameStop type videos. If you found value from this video at all, consider liking and subscribing, as I'll continue to be covering GameStop as well as other major tickers on the channel. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.